Okay, I'll pledge allegiance to the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, meeting come to order.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second it. Bid opening.
That easy to remember now and 10. I actually didn't know I had my class.
So, they're kind of separate. So did Alba give a top of how much that they wanted to spend, or they just
Just
said?
want to do that one road.
Okay.
Okay, this is Vestal. Asphalt.
What's that guy's name? Spolder?
Darren.
Oh,
No, that's Spooler,
Midland.
Rocky, Mid.
What's the bids for?
Seal coat.
Seal coat
Okay.
for our roadways and, Alba. Cemetery Street.
Yeah, I see it. Just check and see if anything else here. Yes, there isn't. Insurance. Okay. Vestal is total of $62,862.92.
62.8.
6292.
Okay.
what roads were they?
Dauber, White, Bragg, and Graham.
Okay.
And Alba Burrows is 10,900. Kept that right that down too.
So actually ours is only 52.
But
Actually ours is only 52 then.
no, because they're separate.
Well,
So in case,
Alba
There's
like
no
Alba didn't
separate.
want, Alba didn't want to spend that much, then we could decline on their behalf and still not, like, know the
Right,
whole
okay.
contract.
Stuck that tape on there.
Jeepers.
They didn't want to use their,
sealed, that's for sure.
right to the house this time, usually we go up here, so we did.
Okay, this is Midland. $85,710.24.
Smokes.
Big difference, huh?
See, Alba's part was 14. That's 940.
Usually aren't that big a difference.
Look at it.
Usually not that.
Big a difference.
That was full, right?
Yeah. He's been here, the kid has, I don't know how many times.
Well, they won't be back. What if they go back?
Brett's favorite. Used to be Bob's favorite.
Oh, man, I couldn't stand
What's that?
Bob couldn't stand that.
Oh, man, I know.
I can see why.
Me too.
And no coffee.
He is not,
Both of them, the father and the son, both.
you can tell he sells oil. It's slippery.
Okay. Suit coat. $69,724.60.
Wow. That's a little better. A little closer.
Yeah.
That's who we've dealt with before anyways, right?
For the
How can you
state.
do that so cheap?
I don't know.
I bet that's supposed to be a 13. Somebody left the one off. Can't believe they did that cheap.
For Albert.
Yeah.
Well,
3,000.
It is just Cemetery
no,
Street.
it is just the street, and if they're bringing the equipment and it's closed, so yeah. It's at 205 a gallon or unit price times the 1,492 is 3,6270. And Vestal's doing 191 unit price for our Canton Township, and then 746 for Cemetery
They
Street.
don't do that.
No,
They don't spend that kind of money on it.
No.
but if we look at them together,
Well,
They come out to about the same.
And
We don't-
suit coats.
if we don't go with suit coat, Alba won't do it.
Right.
And there's no, I mean, Vestal was $7,000 cheaper.
Right, but then we had the $10, right. They're both about the same when you add everything together.
Yeah, but what we have to pay for is.
Right.
$7,000.
Yeah, that's $7,000 for us.
there is,
Totals are the.
well,
about the
if my
same.
math is right, it's $73,958.96 for both of them for Vestal. $72,787.30 for both of them for suit coat. And that's a difference of $1,171.66.
Holy cow.
So who has the cheapest bid?
Well, together, suit
Together.
coat
Suit
does.
coat's cheaper.
Yes.
By $100, right?
1,000.
They're just 3,000 for Alba, right?
Yeah.
That's what they said.
But the prices are the same per unit.
Hmm.
It's 205 unit price for both bids. Vestal is doing 191 for our part and then $7.46 for Alba part.
That's where they're getting their
So
10 grand
that's-
from.
The high markup for that.
Huh.
Because
Because if they were doing it the same price as
$1,000 cheaper total.
what they bid for us, then it'd be hell of a lot cheaper.
Well, that sucks.
It'd be 28.
Can you accept one half of the
Yeah.
bid.
Well, the
Well,
problem is, no way to come into.
Cemetery
Alba's
Street, just
street
for,
down.
Right, no one's coming up all
Yeah.
the way for Alba. Huh.
So,
but the responsible one would be for going with Suit Coat because it's the same price for each part. And together it's, a little bit cheaper because of the Alba part of it.
Yeah.
Cause if we were bidding them together, then
so we don't have to, don't necessarily have to worry about Alba, right?
we're accepting on their behalf
We'll
because
accept
it was
if they-
advertised with
If they
ours.
still wanna do it. I assume that if we accept Suco, they probably would do it for that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't do it for 10,000, I need 14,000.
Right.
Did they vote to accept whatever you guys?
No,
Okay, so
they don't know yet. I haven't told them bids yet.
Right.
probably best to wait till next month
I
and
can
then
call
sort
them,
it
I
out.
don't have, they got cell numbers down, I don't have them in my phone.
They wouldn't be able to make a decision tonight anyways.
Well, they could give us direction because we're accepting on their behalf, so they're jumping on our
Yeah.
bid,
Yeah.
cause that's how it's
Well,
written.
we need to do something tonight, right?
We do, yes. And technically for them too,
Have we dealt with Suit Coat before?
Oh,
They're the
last
ones-
year,
last
they did a
year.
good job.
Well, then maybe that's what we ought to do then. I can't believe Alba's not gonna wanna do it for that amount of money,
Right, that's.
Oh, yeah, they'll do it for that.
Yeah.
but not 10 and
No.
14.
But then would Best will do it for what they, since they're already down here and they got the bid.
So but we gotta spend another 7,000, is that what we're saying? Out of our money?
To do, if we take over Vestal, Suco, it'd be that much more over Vestal.
But Suit
So why
Coat,
should we pay 7,000 more? You know what I'm trying to say?
right.
If I don't understand it right,
But Suit Coat is going to fix the problems from last year too.
Right.
Do they have to fix those no matter
Where a couple places I knew stuff. was
No,
gonna come
because
off.
it was
Oh,
broken
yeah,
up for
fix
winter
it.
time, not
Well,
anything
then we do
that
it.
they did.
Yep. Yeah, I already had come down and looked and stuff, and we talked about that,
Okay.
and they're going to fix, they'll supply the oil and stuff, we might have to supply some stones. We've been looked at it 2 times actually, and he suggests that some of it is my fault that I caught it with a snowplow. But there's lots of other places that it's not my fault, that they just didn't put enough oil on. They're just really good.
well, maybe that's what we ought to do.
what? Yeah, I don't know how this,
Well, that's not
because
reason to go with
the
it.
lowest
Suco.
responsible bidder is
Fix
Vestal.
Yeah, and if we don't go with them, it won't get fixed.
Right.
But for Alba, the
Right.
lowest responsible bidder is Suco.
And the difference
So you
is
gotta-
6,861.68
And they're accepting.
between
On Alba's behalf.
Vestal's and ours.
Vestal-
But they haven't voted
Vestal's
to
going
actually
on.
accept it.
Yeah.
They
So,
didn't do anything.
Even if they vote yes, Alba could
Yeah,
still say
Alba
no.
could still say no.
Because it's Coast Guard or something that they can do, the
And they can't
cold
hold them
patch
and get
and
direction because
stabilize.
it'd be an illegal meeting for Alba.
That's the same as what we did last year, that's what we did that last year.
Tonight,
How much did we pay last year
over there.
to have
Alba
Suco
should
do
have said that whoever came to the
Remember?
meeting could accept the bid.
Is it 71?
Yeah, that
No,
sounds like it.
That's complicated.
Yeah. They could have at least sent someone to give an opinion.
Yeah.
Not official.
We're getting a lot more road this year. Miles aren't even what they did last year. Last year just what, McFadden, Small,
Go to the square yards.
or is that what it goes down?
It was McFadden, Newell, and the
Landis.
Buchanans and,
The land is dirty, didn't
yes.
Yeah, that's it.
And then the 2 small ones for
Buchanan.
Buchanan.
Well, I'll make the motion to go with, Suco.
I'll second.
And Soup Coat's gonna fix up some, minor.
Last year,
They're gonna do it for free or?
Yes,
free except for the stone.
we already got the stone.
Which we had left over from last year.
Yeah,
so.
Is that close to $7,000 worth of work?
Could be if we had to have somebody else come in and do it.
Okay, yep.
I know it sounds like a lot, but it don't take much.
Ready to take
Rack
Yeah.
up 7,000.
Well, I mean,
4,000
yeah, you're-
machinery in.
7,000.
You're talking about 69,020 or 62,000, so 7 isn't a huge amount,
The
but
difference is $6,861.68.
Right.
And right there's your trucking and your,
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not gonna,
material, for them to come down and do it.
yeah, you're not gonna have a project that costs less than that.
And I will agree
One-
with that too.
When is PennDOT now, they've decided to do our road? Did you know that? Did he tell you they're gonna tar and chip our road
Yeah.
now in Sealy?
July or something like that, it has to be ready by July.
Well, I'm gonna find out when they're done hauling manure because they've got that all
Right,
torn
just
to hell.
straight up. I asked them
There's
today.
not much you can do about it. I mean, they turn up,
Nope,
and if they're gonna haul in hot weather, it's gonna screw it up.
motors. And it's the same way with Jay, I mean, every farmer is late just like we are, so, you know, Jay's doing everything, you know, they're cutting hay, plant corn, plowing, this, that. I mean, if we did anything, it's not gonna last. We gotta wait till he gets caught up a little bit, same way with your road,
Yeah.
but we got enough other stuff to do for a couple minutes before.
Couple minutes or,
a couple of
It
years.
goes by fast. It's
how'd that chute work for the truck to do berms with?
We didn't try it yet because it dried out enough, so we're working on that instead, but I'd like to try it. I think it'll work good. It should come out of there just, it should, I don't see why it won't. You know, it's smooth, it should run right out of there and I think it'll be good.
It's starting to increase some more.
Mean along the roads?
Yeah.
Okay. Is the mower on or?
Well,
Yeah, we've
we
been
want-
using it because it's,
Instead, before we get into all that, do we want to go back up to visitors and public comment, and then we can go down to road report? Just because we're talking about the roadway, so might as well go in some sort of order.
Okay,
I'll take that contract.
road report.
Well, anybody have any comments?
I think we've covered it so far.
Gotcha.
No tax collector.
Probably since, everything closed on Saturday, that they were still coming in today dated, so.
Got a new tax collector coming
Yeah, who won?
in, Patty.
Did she really?
Yeah.
I wondered, I didn't see it in the paper.
One big.
Did she really?
She even got, I think, 9 or 10 dem votes.
Wow. Well, hopefully she does a good job. I'm sure she will. I think any of them would have done a good job.
Yeah, tax collector, yeah.
I wonder if she has to give up her job with Tina Pickett.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
No, because that's not elected, is it? Her position there's not elected.
Well, she's not, I don't think she's
Right,
civil
but
just
she's
service.
works
for the
between-
representative,
yeah.
so that might be,
If she's civil service, she has to give it up. If she's not, she doesn't.
She probably ain't civil service.
I almost forgot to vote. I was down in Ralston to a ball game, 20 minutes to 8. Somebody said, hey, I voted, oh, CJ says I voted for you, and I go, oh my God. I said, so I hurried, I got here about 2 minutes before 8, and they go, boy, we didn't think you were gonna show up, and I said, I didn't either.
So,
I don't think there was hardly any write-ins against you.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if there was any, was there?
Yeah, there was a couple, but it wasn't enough to.
I don't even know how many votes I got.
all of them there was.
All of them.
Yeah.
by the time that I came down and looked at, they were ripped down because it was wet. Can't tell you.
Seems like 268. Or was it more than that?
I didn't look, so I have no idea.
It was in the paper, I can't remember.
I have it all at home. It was 19% for total vote of the whole county.
Yeah.
For
These off-year elections.
it's actually the worst it's ever been, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
said it was the worst.
That was statewide worst. It's been
One
a lot.
county was 4%.
Okay, so state is going to honor agility
Yep,
after July 1st, right?
yep.
How much notice will they give us, any idea?
No idea.
We got a month.
Gotta get the to him so he can fix the spots.
Right.
You got all the material hauled in, don't you? I know you're gonna have all the material hauled in, you're
It's
just
all
waiting for the
here.
test,
I'm
right?
just waiting for the oil and to come do it.
Now,
You got an anti-skid?
What's that?
You got an anti-skid for that?
you don't put down cold patch, do you? You just put down stabilized gravel and then hardship over that, or?
Depends on how deep it's gonna be, what we did last year. If it's gonna be deep, we use stabilizer.
Hello?
There's some of the places where it's not deep enough, then we use cold patch on that.
Hey, Don Russell's not available.
Okay,
He's down country.
okay.
I'm working, trying to get ahold of Apple. Well, I can get busy so far.
Okay, I'm busy
So
right
I'll
now.
keep working on it, get your speaker.
Okay,
All right.
yeah, bye.
It just depends on how thick it's gonna be, cause
That cold patch, Jesus, it takes a while for that to set up.
right. It's set up quicker, the thinner, as long as you get it thick enough so it don't go away, but if it's only like an inch or so thick, it sets up pretty good. But if it's 3 or 4 or 5 inches thick, it'll stay soft a long time.
How are you making out because you haven't needed anybody to run the roller or Kim to run the roller?
Tomorrow she's gonna run a roller for the first time,
Okay,
because we mow and then I'll have Cam with disc and I'll grade and she can roll and then Cam can get to the next. We'll be done on that side tomorrow, sunset and all them. And then we'll go to up Glory Barn and across Ayers and back across Breeze. And then we can be done that way and then come back down the other end. If we can get a few nice days, we'll get quite a ways at a time.
hopefully there's not really a big chance of rain there all week.
Not this week.
The ditch, they're still so wet, you can't take a whole lot out of the ditch, or I made a pretty bad mess this morning when I got too much out of the ditch. But we just had to keep working it until it finally stirred it up enough so we could get back in. I wish we could get more out, but most of the ditches have water laying in them still. And what don't, you can't even stand them because they're so wet up.
So what roadways for the agility is McMurray and
Sealy.
Sealy?
They'll do McMurray from 14 to Newell too, right? That's included in that, isn't it?
I hope so.
I think so too.
Just out of curiosity, you get a chance to measure
Good chance of
McNary and Sealy, measure them together.
Okay.
Now, I forgot, see the line is up from
Right, I
Windfall
was
Road.
gonna ask, what are we
Sealy.
gonna do there? Are we gonna go clear, will they stop at the line, or will they go?
Well, they could stop the line, but if we don't, Granville will pay us for
doing it?
their part.
We should go all the way across, because between Barney's house and Windfall Road, it's pretty bad from there down, breaking off and tipping way over.
I remember years ago, that Sealy Road was horrible, and you just couldn't keep it. And they went down through there with those big tines on the front of the grader, and just tore it all up. Went up, back and forth, and they packed it down, rolled it, and it's been pretty good ever since.
Well, your road, we reclaimed your road.
Mhm.
Remember they put that stone on there and then mix it all up.
Yep. And from about halfway between the Cindy and just past Cindy and Dave's driveway this way, the gas company, they put concrete,
There's concrete in
Yeah.
it.
and they went through and mixed all that, whatever they had to do.
Well, Midland did, redone reclamation or whatever on Sealy. Was it 13, 14?
You know,
It was after I started being secretary, but
The person on Sealy Road, Schrader's, I think, where Jay's old farm is right there, and his mailbox is like this far off the road. Does it have to be back so far, or can they put it? I mean, it's,
I know there's a certain height they're supposed to be, but I don't know.
Oh, I know you.
the road's really wide, come down there and then you got,
Yeah.
then 8 foot, you get around his mailbox. Because I'd like to have that moved, because that needs to have some cold patch down that whole shoulder there.
Eric Schrader.
Eric Schrader, yep, that's the name. But I don't know how far it has has to be away from the road or can't be right where it is, or,
I don't know,
Don't know.
I think the post office has a regulation or not.
I'm not sure. I just thought it might, is there anybody in this post office up here during the day?
Yes.
You just stop in there and ask them what they say, because it's ridiculous how far out it is. But that would be nice if they had been moved back. There's no reason it can't go back and the post be on the other side of the ditch. The mailman can still reach it with no problem there, but it's not.
That's on Minnequan Main, right?
No,
No,
it's
it's
sealed.
sealed.
So is the mower on the
Yeah.
tractor?
Yeah.
So I guess whenever somebody wants to start roadside.
Okay, I didn't get any heating quotes. I thought about it a couple of times, I gotta go do it, and I didn't do it. I'll try to get it done this time.
It happens. You just go by fast.
Almost forgot the meeting tonight. Today's my dad's birthday,
How old is he now?
88.
And he's home?
Yeah, he's been home for close to a month. He's doing fine. He was out cutting brush. He had a load of brush on the gator today. I don't understand it.
Correct me, I'll probably can just do the.
He can, well, he's almost been dead on how many times. And next thing you know, he's out riding around.
Tougher nails.
You know.
How he wants to go. So Chuck Graham wants some fill. So,
Yeah, when we get over and headed that way, he'll catch, he's down there pretty much every day, if we're anywhere near the 85 from us.
yeah, he said he would be out there directing you,
I'm sure.
because he didn't like my suggestion.
Yeah.
He laughed at it, but hey. Equipment's working and everything's inspected, ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we got the Parker's finally got that tail wheel for the mower fixed. That made a big difference, put that back on. It helps it a lot.
Did you get that hard rubber tire?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I put it on, we'll see how long it lasts. Last winter, or year ago, it went flat 2 or 3 times, so I just put this one on, we'll save that one. But it should never go bad being home filled.
You get the rim too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one way to sell it.
Oh,
You have to buy the wheel too.
So what was wrong with it? More the back, you said something was.
That tail wheel, the bushing was shot, so you know how it would always get caught and come all the way up under. So we had them bored out and make new bushings and a new axle for it. And so now it stayed where it's supposed to stay. It made a big difference when it's trying to back up, it don't get caught and whatnot. And then how to make that chute to run the cold patch out, we haven't tried that yet. Watson's actually made that. It should work good, should go just run a cold patch down that chute and
How old is that mower?
12 at least. We used the other one that long too, I think, the old one. New one's a 24.
Do you remember what this one was? Probably half that.
12, I think. We wanted to give us a special deal on it, because they had us sitting around down there quite a while.
What gear did you mow in?
today we mowed in third.
That's,
Because it was pretty high in third and low all
Low
the time.
third.
Yep.
that's
You
what
go
I
too
mowed.
fast, they'll cut.
Right, it don't cut it. No,
Did
we
you get
mowed-
the extra knives
Yep.
up there by shed?
Did I get the knives out of your shed?
Yeah.
Yep.
In the box?
In that, no, I only got the one that was in the tractor in the bucket.
Oh, no. Up there, this is in the box, and old desk in there.
Okay.
You'll see them sitting there. And there's pins and clevises and knives.
Like,
I replaced one last year. few times, but they last quite a while, I think.
They take the beating.
You buy it down the winter, it's about half they don't last at all.
Right.
You usually get them from Bull Cow, right? Or what cow?
Cow, something like that, ain't it?
I think so.
I think it works.
They used to send me a flyer in the mail, I haven't gotten nothing from this year.
I don't know if I get the magazine because the bills come to me.
Yeah. You bill for it.
So the oil tank, you fixed that, right?
Yep.
Does it still, when you raise it
Still
up,
spits.
spits
when
a
you raise it
little
up.
bit out?
Yep. Yep, it's still some,
That's just, yeah, oh yeah. I got a new cylinder up that, could go to that too.
to go to that.
Yeah, that's back in there. Not right, it's back here behind those drums I had sitting in there.
Okay.
I got it right in the box,
Alright.
what it is.
We got quite a few now, I don't remember how many, I replaced some, but there's still a bunch in the bucket.
I went out Frisco's Flats and got tangled up in that woven wire fence. He took it down and run it around, and I started cutting.
Oh, I've been in everything, Mark.
I
I
started,
tinsel, I got into a aluminum guy wire off a electric line. Just dangling there and laying in the grass. I've been in telephone cable, woven wire.
well, I finally, it was so bad, and I was cutting, and I finally said, you know what, I took it up to the shop and took the torch and
No, they're out of there. Yep.
Scott come out, I don't know if you could help me, and I said, no, I'm going to find a torch.
Hey, new business?
You wanna sell your tractor?
Yep. I'm not racing anymore. You guys wanna buy it?
You know what do you want?
You got an appraisal,
10-5.
10.5.
sell it for that.
I'll make a motion that we purchase the tractor from Gary.
I second it.
I'm assuming Gary abstains.
Yep.
Take it out of impact.
Whatever you got, wanna do it.
Good tractor.
Works good.
I think it does.
It works good. I don't mind running it at all. I'd much rather run that, keeping on that Coyote.
Power steering full.
Yep.
I think the seat's a little bit up beneath the front axle.
Yep.
Unless you tighten them up.
I tried, but it's not, this leak, need the hose is replaced.
Oh.
It's just leaking right where the fitting goes on that hole.
Oh.
But it ain't enough to even, it probably won't take a quarter power steering fluid or something, if it don't leak very much at all.
And from the lease agreement, and it'll pay for itself probably in 3 years.
Bradford County municipal meeting minutes,
Oh, yeah.
are they in here?
I can give it to you if you want. It was just a overview of the, whatever they did. No, I brought them.
There's your pen, Mark.
You don't need it anymore?
They had representatives there about the different things that they could do, questions, and like what municipal services does, updates from the county manager, agility agreement, project maintenance services. None in Canton Township, they're all somewhere else. Bridge engineer, we don't have any. And then they had a couple of question and answers for specific townships. So. I have a presentation if you want it. And have the contact information of everybody. If you want.
So I guess that's all there is. besides your correspondence?
Deposit of $902.76 from state police. And sanitation committee, they did the acknowledging the waiver, or planning waiver, non-building for Ted Owens. Couple construction permits.
Where's Martin's cabin? Back of their house?
Maybe, I don't know.
Somewhere, the code inspections and them went round and round about it. It's apparently somewhere on their property. It was like an old shed, but when they brought up the aerial views, they couldn't find it, so then that's why we had to do the permit, because it was existing. They're not doing anything with the footprint, but code inspections wanted permission from us that they were allowed to do whatever they wanted to do on it. So that's why we issued the assessment permit a couple months ago. They're gonna change it into a single family home.
Where's Kathy McCarty at?
Scott
Got
Moore.
more.
Oh. In the Buckley place.
And Krista was supposed to have an open house on June 9th, but I got the email tonight that said it canceled until the fall. We'll update the new date. But that's it, that's all I got.
Okay.
If anybody else has got anything from me.